Leadership is the answer. Traditional leadership and traditional leaders are failing us. You must have the right mindset. Punch above your weight. Know your arena. Connect as if your life depends on it. Story is your greatest tool. Lead with touch points. Put relationships before transactions. Lean into the taps on the shoulder and never back off your mission decision line once you commit. Those are the 10 ethos of rooftop leadership. And I read those to you because this week our theme is your personal ethos. In a month that we are talking about know thyself, it seems fitting that we wrap up the month with our weekly theme of personal ethos, because you know, we are the most meaning-seeking creatures on the planet. Humans must have purpose. We must know our why. Like Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. We revolve around status and perception. That's how we've survived for hundreds of thousands of years. Therefore, our identity is critical. If we lose our meaning, if we lose our purpose, we lose our identity, and ultimately we lose our life, right? We go away. And I see this with transitioning veterans. I see this with people who go through great change in their life, maybe tragedy, or maybe they just peak out and, you know, and kind of plateau. But it's important to know that we are creatures of meaning. We are creatures of purpose, and without it, we cease to exist. You know, two core questions that every human asks themselves at night when everyone else is asleep. Who am I and why am I here, right? These are questions that we are seeking answers to our entire life. And I don't know that we ever truly find the answer, but we can get more clear each time we try. Why would you do that? Why would you go through all of this? Because frankly, we're busy. It's hard. It's not a pleasant thing necessarily. Why? Well, here's why. People are drawn to clarity. People buy clarity. People invest in clarity. People follow clarity. So if you want to move your associates to action and following your vision in your company, if you want to inspire potential donors to write a check to your nonprofit, and if you want to sell that new product online, you've got to be crystal clear about who you are and why you're here. I will tell you, when I go on the road and I speak and I talk about things like rooftop leadership mastery, this online membership, or I talk about my high-stakes storytelling course that I'm going to be teaching in the spring of 2019. Stay tuned, nothing like it in the world. I talk about from the stage who I work with and who I don't work with, because I don't want a bunch of mouth breathers, right, coming to my event or being on my monthly coaching call who are sitting there with a scowl on their face, right, you know, looking at their watch, wondering what time lunch is. You know, it's funny, I'm about halfway through this video, Wes, and I think we'll keep going, but I think I've been looking at the whiteboard the whole time. So for those of you who've been watching this, I'm now going to look at you. But, you know, seriously, I want to talk about who I work with and who I don't, because you know what'll happen if you do that, if you have your own set of ethos, when you're clear like that, people will dismiss themselves from your life who don't belong there. And you'll be surrounded by people you respect. And that's really, I mean, for me, that's one of the pinnacles of leadership, is to do what my higher power put me on this earth to do, to be surrounded by people I respect, and to have a life I don't have to vacation from. That's what I want for my life. So the more clear I can be on my ethos, the better I can have that. Here's another set of ethos I wrote. This is what I did right after I retired, right? And this is what I wrote. What I want in green, what I don't want in red, and a little note to myself in blue. And this is in my closet. Every morning I look at it when I get up and get dressed, and it's also on my desk where I sit down and do my writing every day. What I want to continue to make a difference in a big way. I want to move people. I want to know inner peace and tranquility. I want financial freedom to do what I want when I want. I want to spend more time with my wife. I want to raise my boys full time. I want to help military families and wounded veterans. I want to help veterans succeed. I want to amplify the Special Forces narrative and put them back on the radar. Life on the river, and to travel a lot. Here's what I don't want: the inner churning in my gut that I've known for years working around a bureaucracy, to work for jerks, long periods of time away from my family, going right into the Department of Defense meat grinder again, to be average. I don't want to be a pawn for large contract companies. I don't want to be forgotten or irrelevant. I don't want to let my teammates down. And then in blue I wrote, you are a catalyst. Think big and dream bigger. Those are my ethos that I used coming out of retirement. There's all kinds of ways that we can do this, but I want you to do it. I want you to think about your personal ethos, who you are, why you're here, what you stand for, and also for your organization. It's a great thing to do. I coach a lot of people. One of the Pathfinder students I have, Kimberly Weil, she has a company called Strategic Samurai, and she trains TEDx speakers. She has her Strategic Samurai ethos. It's on her website. Check it out, strategicsamurai.com, and you'll see, right, who she works with, who she doesn't, what she stands for. It really is clarifying, it's powerful, and it's empowering when you do it. So here's what I'd like you to do. Go somewhere quiet, write down who I work with, who I don't, what I stand for, what I won't, and then share it with people when you get the opportunity, and watch what happens. Watch how people start to dismiss themselves from your life, and watch how people start to show up in your life. That's clarity. That's leadership. Get involved in our Rooftop Leadership Mastery, and this is the kind of work that we're doing. This is how you get surrounded by people you respect. For what it takes to eat out once a month, $50. You can be part of our Rooftop Leadership Mastery in there in the Rooftop University, studying online at your own pace, doing monthly coaching calls on Zoom with other leaders sharing best practices and talking about them in our private team room on Facebook. It's powerful stuff. It's where you take action for yourself. rooftopleadership.com/mastery. Get clear on those personal ethos. Get clear on your life. I'll see you on the rooftop.